Hello, my name is Jerry Yu, the Family Money Doctor. I have been a retirement plan specialist and tax strategies for over 20 years. And today I would like to talk about if taxes never go up, will my retirement be safe? And today I wanted to start off with a story. The story is about two farmers. It's that time of the year for them to go into town and buy seeds to plant for their crop. So they're going into town and then they went to the store. So when they get to the store, they found the seeds that they want. And the owner of the store happened to be at the register that day. And their owner says, hey, we actually have a special deal on these seeds. The deal is that we offer two different ways that you can pay for these seeds. The first way is you can pay for the costs that they are now and walk out. And everything is yours at harvest. Or the second way is, I will give you these seeds for free now. At a later day, once you harvest these crops, then I am just going to take a small percentage of whatever those crops are. So for the first farmer says, you know what? I'm going to take you up on that offer. I'm going to take these seeds for free now, and I'm going to pay you later. And so the store owner says, okay, deal. Then the second farmer is thinking, well, yeah, that is kind of a good deal, but let me ask you a question, Mr. Owner. When I sell my crop after harvest, how much of it are you going to take? And the store owner says, it's going to depend on what I need at that time. The second farmer is thinking about it and says, well, I really don't like that deal because I don't have the control on how much the store owners will take. So he told the owner, you know what? I will pay for them now, and then everything I grow from it will be mine. Fast forward, the farmers planted seeds, grew the crop, and it was the best season that they ever had. It's a great harvest, and both farmers are so excited. They're both thinking about how much money they will make this year. But that first farmer, he realized, you know what? Not all of this crop is mine. I actually owe that store owner something. So when it comes time to harvest, the first farmer calls up the store owner and says, hey, I know that we made a deal, so how much do I owe you? And the store owner says, you know what? I actually had one of the hardest years of my life. I am in debt beyond belief. I owe so many people money, so I am going to need a lot more than I thought. I'm going to take 40% of what you grew and sold. The farmer goes, oh, dang it. I made a deal, so I must pay you. I will have saved so much more if I just pay those seeds up front. And I have used the similar story in my book, Fortify Your Financial Kingdom. See, the reason I'm telling you this story is because it's a metaphor for taxes and retirement. During your working career, when you are thinking about where you put your money to grow for retirement, and if you're thinking, if taxes never go up, or if taxes stays the same, is my retirement going to be safe? So that's what we're going to go through today, is the three different types of buckets that you can put your money into in retirement. And here are the three buckets. In the first bucket, we're going to go over what's called the taxable bucket. And you will notice the taxable bucket has multiple holes with water spilling out. The taxable bucket will be like a checking account, savings account, money market account, investment funds, or E-Trades. All the money will be in this taxable bucket, and every single year that money grows and has realized the gain, you will pay the taxes on the growth. And that's why you see water coming out of these holes. And you have already paid taxes on your income, and then the leftover money that you put into this taxable bucket. Any growth that you have in there is subject to tax as well. So it's almost like a double taxed. Then we go over to the tax-deferred bucket. Okay, this is probably the most popular bucket that's out there. Most people, probably 90% of the people, have a majority of their retirement money in this tax-deferred bucket. The tax-deferred accounts will be something like the 401k, 403b, and traditional IRAs. See, when you receive your paycheck and you put part of it in this tax-deferred bucket, the money you put in, you don't have to pay taxes that year. It's very similar to not paying for those seeds right away. And in this bucket, all the money that you have putting away, you don't have to pay taxes. and just let it grow, and it's going to grow bigger than the taxable bucket because you are not paying taxes on it every year and your compound bases are bigger. So you're very happy to see the money grow in this tax-deferred bucket, and then you say, hey, wow, I have a lot of money in this account. But I want you to remember one thing. Not all the money is yours. Just like not all the crops belong to that farmer. What I'd like to think about is this diagram here. If you grow this tax-deferred account to $1 million, do you have the whole $1 million? Well, you actually don't. If you are in the 28% tax bracket, you actually owe the government $280,000. Then you only have $720,000. So you put in all this hard work, you grew this crop, right? And you grew this money in this tax-deferred bucket, but it's not all yours because you will need to share it with Uncle Sam and Uncle California. And finally, we have this tax-free bucket. And now this tax-free bucket is going to be like the Roth IRAs, college saving plans, health savings accounts, municipal bonds, or cash value life insurance. Generally speaking, in this tax-free bucket, you're putting after-tax money into this bucket. Doesn't matter how much it grows, it's going to be tax-free. And when you take it out, it's going to be tax-free. Now, each one of these different vehicles is treated a little bit different. So you might have a limit on what you can put in and what it can be used for. So I strongly recommend our viewers to talk to a financial professional about how you can fund this bucket and how to utilize it. But if we're talking about how to really protect your retirement, and we're talking about, hey, if tax goes up, tax goes down, or if taxes stays the same, how can I make sure my retirement is safe? The best way is to diversify the tax risk. And it's by making sure that you have some money in this tax-free bucket. As I said earlier, most people have most of their money in the tax-deferred bucket, but that's not taking the diversified approach. So what you want to make sure is that you have money in all three different buckets. By doing so, you are going to be able to make sure that in your retirement, whether taxes never increase or keep going up or even reduce, you will have the ability to pull money from different buckets to help you finance your retirement. Just like the second farmer who paid for the seeds up front. When his crop was growing, he had zero stress because he knows that it was going to be the best harvest and he does not need to share with anyone. By putting your money in that tax-free bucket, you are able to have the stress-free retirement, not worry about taxes going up or down, and just enjoy your retirement life. So I hope today you are able to take something from the story that I share, the three different taxable buckets, and remember your IRAs or your 401k money, it's in the tax-deferred bucket, and you will have to share the bucket with Uncle Sam and Uncle California when you retire. So thank you for joining us today, and I look forward to seeing you in the future episodes. Thank you.